motorcycle, this clothes, this helmet, and needs just the perfect combination.
Hey, it's me. But really, how much can you watch just me? So I have an idea. Today we're gonna have a triple premiere. The first premiere is my wife.
Oh my.
The second premiere is the new Shoei X0 helmet, which looks absolutely fantastic. And we were debating who would get to test it, but I think it ended up being Monica. And the third, of course, is the Honda Monkey, which we've already ridden a bit, but we assigned its test to someone who got so attached to it that they didn't want to stop riding. Monica, why do you want the Honda Monkey?
So now it's going to be about me. I mean, I took it away from the guys who were originally supposed to test it and decided I wouldn't give it back because size-wise we're a perfect match and it's ideal for me in terms of dimensions. And B, it's just really enjoyable for me to ride. And I thought that before we get into the technical aspects of riding and talk a bit more about it, though you'll really read about it in True at Motorcycle, it would be worth taking a look at the history of the Honda Monkey, which is very interesting. I've recently delved into it a bit and decided to share it with you. This story begins in 1961 at Tech Park. This is an automotive park owned by Honda, and it was there that the first version of this little bike was created under the name Z100. Employees and visitors to the park truly enjoyed spending their time on this delightful little bike so very much and were so incredibly eager to ride it that in the year 1964, Honda ultimately decided to release something quite similar to the general market, which they called the CZ100. Then, driven by the remarkable success of this innovative machine, in 1967 they subsequently decided to produce the iconic Honda Monkey on a much larger scale. And actually, back then the Z50M was...
So what was it originally, an internal vehicle like that?
Yes, at first it was an internal vehicle and only later did it enter the market. There's also an interesting story connected to the introduction of the Z50A to the American market, which happened in 1968. At that time, an organization called the Young Men's Christian Association decided that this machine would be perfect for training young people, teaching them safe riding, and thus helping to prevent juvenile delinquency. In 1968, Honda America thought it was a great idea. They said, "We'll give you 30 Hondas to test out this concept." And 2 years later, it turned out to be such a success and kids were so eager to ride these machines that Honda had to provide as many as 10,000 of these Honda Monkeys.
10,000? 10,000 Honda Monkeys for young people in the States? That's awesome.
So that also shows that riding a Honda Monkey is just really enjoyable, and once you get attached to it, you really don't want to let go. That's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah, I think so. Because honestly, the Honda Monkey does this thing, look, every time, it's like when you greet it, everything just feels cool. I don't know if you noticed, but it winks at us and sticks out its whole mouth. Well, I can say some boring things. I can say that this is a 125cc and you can ride it with a category B license. I can also say that it has 4 gears, just like the original Honda Monkey. I hope the purists won't say there were probably 3 or something, but I think not. There were 4 gears. Thanks to that, the gears are long and we don't have to shift so much. And the engine has enough torque to pull us along, even if we're riding in a high gear at low revs, it just accelerates smoothly. Today, tucked in extremely low behind the handlebars, I managed to go 122 kilometers per hour, a bit downhill, a bit drafting behind the car. But the normal speed for an adult guy, a bit on the heavier side like me, is about 110 kilometers per hour. So honestly, that's pretty cool. Front brakes have ABS, so there are disc at the front and there's a disc at the back too, but that's because there's no ABS at the rear, so you can lock up the rear brake if you want. The regulations only require ABS at the front, so in an emergency you slam the front brake and come to a stop. We stop very quickly because it's a very light motorcycle with a highly efficient braking system, and at the back, if we want, we can do a spin on gravel, on asphalt or wherever, since this Honda really likes riding on the rear wheel. If someone knows how and likes to play around, right? You can see it, for example, by the damage to the license plates. I am sorry. So, what now? And tomorrow we have to return the Honda Monkey. and that's where the sadness comes in. The test will be in the 10th issue. Very nice photos. Poor Monica.
Because I have to give it back, because he has to return the Honda Monkey. But if you think about the vehicle for a long time, that you want to have it, you'll end up having it. Sorry. It's even winking at us, the turn signal. So more about the Honda in the magazine, more about the helmet, which is honestly really damn funny in the magazine, and more about Monica too in the magazine. Hello, Monica! Perfect.
Well, I agree a bit. Crave clothes in general.
Yes?
Also Polish. Show me your tits. Crave. It's Polish, it's Japanese, it's Polish and it's Japanese. Polish-Japanese cooperation. Yeah,